I'm going to do a new window and open up another file. Okay, so this is a slope-intercept line, in which case I have the line drawn first, and then the intercept is just shown after that. So this line was created just by typing in the equation, and if I change the equation, do 3x and it'll be steeper. I'll change the y-intercept to 6. Let's change the y-intercept to 2. And what you will see is when I change the y-intercept to 2, this dot, since it's attached to the y-axis, should move to the new Hey, how come the equation didn't change? There you go. I hit the enter button. I forgot to do that before. So it shifted it over. So that was just sort of automatic. So, and it's because I created this file and it created the point A in such a way that it's attached to the intersection of, and how you do an intersection is under this point tools, you use intersection of two objects. Okay, and so that point A is the intersection of the line and the y-axis. So however you make the line different. I'm going to show you how to create create a brand new line with arrows. So I'll do like y equals, that's 3x, let's do a parallel line, 3x plus 6. Okay, so I have another line going in parallel. By the way, there's all these tools here that you can use that I haven't really explored that much, but you can create parallel lines and perpendicular lines, perpendicular bisectors. There's a whole bunch of tutorials on how to do all of the geometric, what do you call those things? What are they called? When you have to use a compass and a straight edge and make those stupid things. No, it's what? No, it's that you're only allowed to use a compass and a straight edge, and you have to. Oh, man, I can't believe I was a math teacher. You have to make stuff. Okay, here is this line, but notice it doesn't have arrowheads. Okay, so what I'm going to do is create vectors. So these are two vectors that created the arrowheads on the first line. So I'm just going to create vectors. Now first I have to create 2 points for the vectors to work from. So I go on my new point tool, go to line. Again, I'm waiting for the line to highlight and the label to show up. And I'll create 2 points. You could actually create 4 if you want. I'm going to try it with 2. And I think it works okay. So now I'll create, in the second set of tools, I'm going to go to vector between 2 points. And then I'll draw a vector from E to F. And that gives me one arrowhead going in one direction. And then I click on same tool, click on F to E to get another vector, F going to E. Okay, so now I have the 2 vectors W and Z. And it looks all confusing because there's all these extra lines there. So now I have to clean it all up so I can only see exactly what I want to see. So I go to the edit menu and under object properties. The first thing I'm going to do is that line that's back there, I don't want it to be so obvious and big and everything. So that line was line B. Now you can make its color white if you don't have a label. And then the line will just disappear. That long line. But if you had a label, you see how this y equals 3x plus 2. If you had a label for that line, that label would turn white too. So I generally just leave it black. But then in the style menu, I change the thickness to 1 and the line style to dotted. And then when I close, then you can barely see the extensions of the line. And for the purposes of our website, I think that's fine. Nobody will hardly even notice that that line exists. Okay, so now I'm going to go and change the values of those vectors, which are W and Z. And I can change the color to, red. Oh, I guess that's pink. Let's make it red. And change the style, which is really the thickness. Okay, then close. Now, since F and E, the points, are on that line, now I can just drag them around to make that bigger. Also notice here I have labels problem. So I can do this in this view by right-clicking and turning off show label, but I have to do that to each one. Or I could have done it in the object properties and selected them all, because I have to turn off the label for E and turn off the label for F. Okay, and now you still see point E and point F. Oh, and you see the label for B too, the line. So I have to turn off the label for the line. And I want to hide E and F. So I turn off E, turn off F. And then click away so that nothing's selected. So now you see I have a line, what looks like a line created with no labels on it at all. And again, since that line was in black, if I want to, that's line B, I can show its label, but I don't want the B, so then I have to go to equation and it'll select the way it's formatted, but notice the label didn't change. So I have to go to object properties in this case. And under basic, I'll change show label from name to value. And it gives me the value, and this is in standard form. I can move it around, but again, you can't move it very far. You just have to try to move it the best you can. And again, I can change it to slope-intercept form. So this thing, you can leave it as it is. You can add a grid if you wanted to. And the grid would be in Options Graphics view. You can turn your grid on. And this grid is in gray, so I could change the color to a light blue. Oops, you can't see my OK button. There's the OK. And this grid's probably okay. You can adjust the settings on the grid. I showed you how to do that in another video. When you're ready to, you can export this as a picture. So it's File, Export, Graphics View as Picture. It's PNG as typical. Again, so right here you want to pay attention to the pixel count. This is a okay size, 710 by 600. But depending on your what you have done with zooming and zoom out and how big. So if you zoomed in or zoomed out and or you change the size of the window, it will affect how many pixels those are. I believe if I zoom in like this, I'm not really sure, but export graphics as picture. Okay, so you see the pixel count has grown a little bit. So I am finding that a size for a rectangular type picture like this, something over 500 pixels is about good. You don't want it too small, and if it's too big, it's fine because the website will automatically scale it down. But if it's too small, you can't scale it up. So if you wanted to make it bigger for some reason, you just change the value of the first number to something else like 2, and then I click away, and it doubles the number of pixels. So I did 1, and I'll do save. Now when I save what I've been finding is the best way you can see all my saves right here is I've been saving by page number dash exercise number. So if this was like page number 154 dash exercise 33, save, and at some point, hopefully soon, we will have a method to upload these directly to the website rather than having to go through the iPad app. So I know the bottom of this is cut off, but this is the picture that's going to go up to the website. And you can see the little lines faintly, but it's not too bad.